Right now, the tech industry is racing towards a single target, building a fully capable, secure local AI agent, a system that lives on your own hardware, executing complex commands without relying on cloud processing. The current industry baseline is a system called OpenClaw. It possesses a massive amount of raw computational strength, but that power comes heavily restricted. OpenClaw forces users to interact entirely through a text-based terminal. There are no buttons to click or windows to drag. Every single command has to be coded manually. Raw computing power drops in utility the moment it requires a developer background to operate. If the general public cannot point, click, and instruct a system using standard interfaces, the technology will struggle to find a purpose outside of niche labs. Interface friction is only the first hurdle. Routing an agent directly on your local hardware gives that system deep access to your files, creating severe security vulnerabilities if the model malfunctions or executes malicious code. Then we hit the physical bottleneck, the sheer compute required to keep these models running locally. Take a look at this chart tracking monthly computing expenses. Running OpenClaw with its most capable models costs anywhere from $300 a month and reaches $1,000 a month. The math breaks down because early agents force a single monolithic model to process every incoming request. Whether you ask it to summarize a short email or write a complex application, the system fires up its maximum processing weight for every job. Usability, security, and raw computing cost. Any company attempting to push AI agents into the mainstream consumer market has to solve all three of these structural flaws at the exact same time. Perplexity approached this problem by stepping away from the model itself. Instead of trying to train a smarter AI, they executed a complete re-engineering of the architecture housing the agent. They built a protective environment called the sandbox. The sandbox operates as an isolated digital shell, keeping the agent within a protected perimeter. This isolation allows the model to safely use a cursor to navigate graphical interfaces, click websites, and open applications without risking exposure to the computer's core system. By securing the host machine, Perplexity allowed the agent to finally break out of the terminal. The moment it could interact visually with standard desktop applications, the product shifted from a specialized developer tool to an accessible consumer application. With usability and security addressed, Perplexity tackled the extreme financial cost of operating a local agent. Their solution relies on a dynamic multi-model routing system that introduces strict compartmentalization to the workflow. Instead of one massive program carrying the workload, Perplexity routes tasks to 20 different highly specialized models. Simple requests go to low-power models, reserving massive computing energy for demanding technical tasks. This efficiency drives operating costs down to $200 a month. They deliver superior technical capability while stripping away 80% of the competitor's operating cost. That efficiency is what drives immediate market disruption. Once an efficient architecture makes a product cheap and easy to use, mass adoption follows. And when tens of millions of users start running the system daily, it triggers an entirely new phase of intelligence. Every single query, click, and continuous live interaction from those users feeds straight back into the agent's personalization dataset. We can see this exchange as a constant feedback loop. As the system processes real-world usage, it learns to store deep contextual memories, recall specific user preferences, and actively invent tailored solutions based entirely on individual habits. Because it learns exactly how you operate over time, the system becomes exponentially more useful to you with every single click. This reliance on deeply personalized memory creates strict system lock-in. Once an agent understands your specific workflow and anticipates your bespoke solutions, switching to a new competitor requires abandoning all of that accumulated intelligence. Future competitors will enter the market with completely blank slates. They will have to compete against Perplexity's massive, continuously updating dataset of live, factual knowledge generated by millions of active users. Perplexity used structural efficiency to capture the user base before a market could even form. They converted that early lead into a defensible monopoly, ensuring their dominance remains secure as the technology continues to evolve.